it's a bee, and here this is a plant. This plant was very famous in the north. This bee or this insect or this bee was very famous in the south. So here we call this one Nisud Biti, the king of the two kingdoms, the lord of the two lands, and his name was written here. They are the same crop, like the three shrines or the shrine. The one was supposed to be the boat of the god Ammon, and the other two here for the son and the wife of the god Ammon. Mut, this is the wife, and Khonso. This
my sexy socks and short shoes.
Das ist die Hälfte von der Hut und die andere Hälfte ist verwertet mit der Stehen, die uns vorne steht.
Decided to take this island, so they left this kind of a stela to prove that it became for the goddess Isis since 315 BC. Some of the small shrines here, some people say that it was a place for the priests to live, but I would say that the temple was the place to pray, the place to make offerings. It was never, ever used as a place to live. So maybe they are.
Okay.
Hey, David, duck down for a minute.
I don't have to pay money to take a
No
photo.
money, no money. You want like this?
Almost like 900 kilometers. How big the stone inside, we will see. I think it will be a big surprise when you see a very huge piece of stone, and there are many, hundreds of them, had been brought from Aswan. They find the heart and they kept it inside. The heart is going to be used in the afterlife. At the time the Sphinx was covered, it was covered with sand. So you see that the Sphinx promised me that I will be the king of Egypt if I remove the sand from the body. We knew that King Djoser assisted his father to rule the country when he was 17 years old. And it was for 2 years. Then his father died, then he became the king of Egypt. So 17 or 19, this is the age of the king when he assisted his father to be the king, or when he became the real king of Egypt. Heading to what? Let's start from 3200 BC. The tomb was a very easy tomb to be done. It was like a shaft in the ground, like 10 meters deep. The mummy of the king was here at the bottom of this shaft in the contracted position. Then here food, drinks, and treasures. Then it was full of sand. But it was easy to be robbed. It was also very easy to be robbed by the tomb robbers. Just get the sand and then you can get the treasures and Even though this one was found, it was empty. Maybe that it was robbed by the tomb. Later on, when they discovered this was not safe for the mummies, they began to create a new type of building a tomb by having the real pyramids. If you look behind here, this is the first real, true, complete pyramid.
American goat. Nice.
Go home with a bloody shed load. Well, next time on the picture. That's brilliant.
Very nice.
Dennis,
Coming.
how are you?
Good, thank you.
the design of the entrance or the design of the pylon for the temple of Karnak reminded the Muslims. So his name is Hosni. He's going to be our local guide for the next couple of minutes, giving us information about the holy plant of papyrus, and later on tell you how did they make these sheets from the steam of the papyrus plants. Enjoy. Try to give him any question you have. Hard time.
Be ready for something, please. I'm going to tell you a secret from the ancient Egyptian time, about 3,000-4,000 years ago. Are you ready to listen to me now?
Yes.
Are you sure about that?
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Aydis Papyrus Institute, and generally welcome to Egypt. I'm going now to give you a brief idea about the papyrus plant and how did the ancient Egyptians made papers out of it. This is a papyrus plant, yes. It's okay. You can take some photos or videos just during the time of the demonstration. This is a papyrus plant. It's an aquatic plant and
I just realised I thought I had my sunnies on, but I don't, do I? Oh, is this glorious? Let's just stay on the boat for weeks.
give me your attention to remove the outer green part. This outer green part here is strong and flexible. So those clever ancient Egyptians considered it what? Or used it for what? For making sandals, slippers, mats, boats, baskets. It's just from the outer green part. You know what about that now? But, Sarah, my lady, the most important part is not the outer green part. The most important part is the white inner part, this one here. We are going to divide that in small slices in this way, small slices. But these slices are weakable and easy to be broken. Why? Because it contains much water and certain amount of sugar. So those clever ancient Egyptians thought about that. For using something looks like this. I'm so proud to tell you, and somehow, even up to now, we still use that. The wooden hammer, in this way. After the wooden hammer, we are going to use the rolling pin to squeeze the slices and get rid out of the water completely. You see that by yourself? In this simple way. The wooden hammer, the rolling pin. After that, we can say what? That the slices become a little bit more strong and flexible. Then we put the slice here in the normal water. Must be normal water from the Nile. Remember that, because we will be in need for that. For 1 week, for the slices inside the water, for getting the light papyrus paper. Looks like the tree of life here, for example. Looks like this way. And 2 weeks for the slices inside the water for getting the dark ones. Looks like that one from the 15th, for example. For not to be confused later. So we have this and we have that. The same quality. Okay? After that, what we do? We bring 2 pieces of carpets like this. And then I'll start to do that. To arrange the slices in this way. This is the most important step. Give me your attention, please. Watch what we are going to do now. But to be honest with you, sure, in ancient Egyptian time, they didn't do this material, the carpet. Can you guess what kind of materials did they use? Cotton? Animal skin. Yeah. So, in this way, vertical and horizontal. I must be careful for the slices to be closer without any space between any one of them. In this way. Vertical and horizontal. All of you can see that? In this way. You see? I'm ready for the nice photo now. Yeah. Okay? You see? In this way. After that, what we do? We cover it with another piece of carpet. I'm putting them here again now under the handbreast. Remember that, please. For how long? For another 1 week for the light virus bibble. And 2 weeks under the handbreast for what? Yes, for the dark ones. But, sure, to be honest with you, in the ancient Egyptian time, they didn't use a modern machine looks like this one. Can you guess what kind of machines did they use? You are right. Yes, that's true. They used to put them between two heavy pieces of stones. I'm going to ask you now, according to what we have said, how long we take for getting the light Babaris river? For the light one, how long? At least, according to what I have said, 2 weeks, because one inside the water plus another 1 week under the handbreast. For the dark ones, how long?
1 month.
A month, 4 weeks. 2 weeks inside the water plus another 2 weeks under the handbreast. Maybe it's the first time for you here in Egypt. So I'm going to tell you how can you know the differences between the real and the fake ones, which maybe you are going to see later outside in these small shops or bazaars in the street. By the way, it's a governmental place. And if you buy something, you will take it with a guarantee certificate. So it's our duty to tell you about that. But please, quick touch for all of you, for the real one, the original one. As I told you, this is something exactly from the ancient Egyptian time.
And look over this side. Denise.
You for what? If we put the real one under the spotlight, it's clear now. What can we see? Yes, clearly, easily. The lines, vertical and horizontal lines, it's the same. How we did? It's just for the real one. Something else. For the real one, we can flex in this way for many times. But anyway, it's a bibble, but it's not going to crack or damage. The same can happen to any one of them. Something else. Please, have a look now. This is one. I consider this one is the most important test. If we put some water here inside, what about the water?
Doesn't leak.
Yes, it's just for the real one. You remember I told you, must be no space between any one of them. And try to guess how it's going to be if we let it inside the water for a minute. We finish now, what about the bibble? After finishing making sheets of papyrus bibble, we send them to our famous professional artists to be painted by them. So in each one of them, you are going to see what? Maybe something so small you can't notice sometimes. Looks like this one. This is the signature of the artist of the scene, the name of the artist of the scene. You can see the same scene for different ones. Okay, it means what? Means that all what you are going to see here, big size, medium size, small size, are handmade, hand-painted.
All right. Would you explain? Tell them what you're doing.
What I'm doing.
Yeah.
You just watch and learn, Della.
Just, yeah. What does it look like? I've got to go wake Robert up.
Don't
Aye.
worry about that. Do that. I think Robert's a very lucky man.
Are you professional or just?
No, I wish I had studied. I may still.
You can't feel.
direction there.
Position erreicht haben und auch die Anschlagzeichen über ihnen erloschen sind. Und bitte seien Sie vorsichtig beim Öffnen der Gepäck, Ablagefläche oder eventuell Gegenstände herausfallen könnten. Wir möchten an dieser Stelle von Ihnen verabschieden und bedanken uns, dass Sie Eurowings für Ihre Reise gewählt haben und heute Nachmittag unsere Gäste waren. Wir wünschen einen wunderschönen Aufenthalt.
Now. Go on.
That's what looked like a chicken.
For all of the farms here in Egypt, the dam or the water behind the dam here to the left hand side, please, it was enough to irrigate only 38,000 square kilometers. In Egypt, we had 900,000 square kilometers that could be grown if we had enough water in the winter time. Of electricity, plus many of the power station in the north of Egypt and the middle of Egypt and all, and this is one of the cheapest thing, by the way, because you produce too much electricity. And the scenes you have seen right now in the Valley of the Kings, they are only religious scenes. Yep. Right now Queen Hatshepsut, that she ordered this temple to be constructed by the architect. His name was Sin. I will try to build one floor for myself. Now I guarantee that I will keep the piece of land. Then the second floor is supposed to be for my son. The third floor is supposed to be for my grandson. If it is a big family, I mean that they will have it like 4, 5, 6 floors. Most of these houses, I will say that they are not finished from outside. The main reason I will say that it is because the people do not have enough money to finish these houses from outside. The other reason I can say that 2015, and now they announced it in many of the websites that is going to be open in 2018. When we go there, when we go a little bit closer to by 2020, I think by 2020 it will be opened for. So please, may I ask who decides to go inside one of the pyramids?
Second one, yeah.
Which one?
Second. The cheapest one.
Second. We have time, Jeffrey, if you'd like to go to the first one. But I'm telling you, it is not that easy, by the way. Visitors who came to attend the celebration of the opening of the Suez Canal. And this hotel was converted, this palace was converted to a hotel, which was. And this would lead to the tomb chamber. The tomb chamber was entirely made of granite from Aswan. It was empty except for the sarcophagus, which was supposed to contain the mummy of the King Cheops.
Oh, sorry, hey?
Why don't you take a picture for us?
Yeah, sure. Dollar.
Here, wait. No, you can do it up here.
Oh, okay.
And you may have touched that twice, too.
No problem. Okay, ready? One more, hang on.
Oh,
You right? You go through. You right?
go ahead. Gracious me.
Okay.
These damn tourists. Thank you
Yeah,
so
looks.
much.
Make it look all right.
Thank you.
Where'd you go to? Where'd you go to?
down to the Sphinx. To the left-hand side, your left-hand side, can you see this big building? This is what you
Mind your noggin.
Use our phone, but we.
No, I just checked with my
And that
mum.
side still.
I personally don't understand why they didn't put an elevator in, seeing as they were so clever.
I have been in the tomb.
Put your arms down. Excuse me.
How was that?
Larry? Okay, just want to make sure you're there. I'll take a picture of you coming.
But the workers observed that the quality of the stone in this pot we are going to see right now was no longer a good quality. That's why they left this part and they found another quarry, which is nowadays opposite to the citadel of Saladin. Please, here to the left hand side, there are some other tombs for the relatives of the King Cheops. I mean that this part is occupied by the tombs for the relatives. The other side of the pyramid was occupied by the tombs for the workers or the workmen. So the workers at the time observed that the quality was no good quality. They found another quarry to finish the first pyramid and to build also the second pyramid.
Anubis.
No, that's
I was thinking about getting the
What are you
Anubis.
buying?
really?
Nice place.
Oh, should I get Mark and Paul a t-shirt?
Was there?
Yeah, so it's only for boys to serve in the army. But nowadays we have many of the military hospitals, and these hospitals, of course, they will need doctors and they will need nurses. That's why nowadays we have military nurses school, and this is mainly for the girls, and they would join this kind of the engineers. They are getting very good salary in these countries, either Emirates, Qatar, Bahrain, Saudi Arabia, or Oman. These are, the countries that really pay very good, very well, very good.
Miss you, madam. Miss you. Miss you.
A little bit. Yeah.
No problem.
There. Busy? Are you busy?
Worn out.
Eh?
Absolutely.
Nice cup of tea?
One to a frazzle.
I can see that.
Are you getting me a pancake?
Huh? Well.
So happy. Egyptian, you need to finish all the food in the
we have the faculty, which is called the Faculty of the Hotel Management and Tourism Study. In this faculty, this is like 3 sections. The first one, it is called the Hotel Management, and this is mainly for the people who would like to work in the 5-star hotel as receptionists, as operators, as chef, as waiters, as restaurant manager, anything, you know, to work in the 5-star hotel. The second section, it is called Tourism Study, and this is in tourism. Also, since 1980s, Egypt, here we have Red Sea, we have the Mediterranean Sea, so we had many of these resorts. If you have heard about Sharm el-Sheikh, about Hurghada, like 2 big time by the current events. If something wrong happened in Syria, if something wrong happened in Egypt, people would think twice before coming to a country with some troubles. I still remember when I was in the university, we studied that each tourist would provide 1.5 jobs for the Egyptians. I don't mean that the job like getting money from the government. It is directly from the tourists to the people directly. 10 million tourists in 2010. Now we have less than 1 million. This is agriculture. Because of the River Nile, we have too much water. Because of the high dam, we have too much water all the year. The vegetables we have tried, like eggplant or aubergine, pepper, tomatoes, potatoes. All of these vegetables, they are typical fresh Egyptian vegetable. We grow also different kind of fruits, like orange.
How does he do that?
It is not that expensive. 1 liter is almost like $0.50 American. 4 gallon was 4 liters. We can say it's like $2 American for the gallon. I mean, this is also very cheap, you know, like electricity and water in this country. This is about the oil. The oil fields, as I told you, we have it in the eastern desert, and also we have it under the water of the Red Sea and the Mediterranean Sea as well. The last main, or the 5th main resource for our national income, this is the money transfer from the Egyptians who are working abroad. Means what? Means that we have like 8 million Egyptians working in Saudi Arabia, in Kuwait, in Emirates, in Qatar, and Bahrain. These people, to keep their jobs here in Egypt, they will pay a certain amount of money for the Egyptian government. It depends on the salary he got. For example, my brother, as I told you, he works as electrical engineer. He pays like $1,500 American a year for the government. Of course, some of the other engineers will have higher salary, others will have lower salary. Let's say like average is $1,500 American for each one who is working abroad a year. 8 millions multiply 1,500 American dollar. I think it's a good money. It's a big money for the government. So this is also the 5th main. Spending this money on the what? So to subsidize the leaves of bread, because here the cost of one loaf of bread, I mean that it's like what, £1 Some of the poor people will get it for what? 5 cents. Subsidize also the education. Subsidize also this kind of housing for some of the poor people. But I mean that we are still doing not that good. Our economy is not that good, and our government also is not that good. So we're depending on some of the other assistance from other countries, like United States, like British. And the other main resource also will be the tax. As I told you, it's not that high tax. When I say like 10% till 33% maximum, this is not that much. Here, this is what we call here the town or the small village of Meet Rahina, or in the ancient time it was called Memphis. This would remind you with the west bank of Luxor. Look here, some of the poor families, they're still using the donkeys or the animals as kind of transportation ways.
See, that's the one you could have.
Oh. There.
inside this village to know more about the pharaonic time, about the Islamic time. You'll find here an imitation of the pharaonic house, a pharaonic palace, a pharaonic farm. Some of the Egyptians dress like the ancient Egyptians, and they are doing the same things like the ancient Egyptians. The hand, it's like two towers. The Christians began to do what? They have chosen two towers like this of the fortress, and then they began to put wood here. Then they began to build this kind of a church above. That's why there is no foundation here. That's why we call it the hanging church. This is something from the Roman. يلا يا باشا. يلا يا باشا. يلا يا باشا. السلام عليكم. It's a Greco-Roman style. We'll find there like two statues of the goddess Isis. In between the two statues, we'll find the head of the goddess Hathor, a human or a woman. Hospital, and this is mainly for cancer disease. Everything, by the way, is for free. All the treatment inside. Papyrus was the symbol of they were put inside each other's, like the Russian doll. Inside the smallest one, or the inner one, there were like 3 coffins made of wood inlaid with gold. Inside the inner one, this was the mummy of the king Tutankhamun, which was steel and concrete and very big one. Year 1922. I told you the mummy was in a very bad condition, but it was restored many times, and now the mummy is still there in his tomb in the Valley of the Kings.
So the mummy said that the mask is here.
I think so, yeah.
Soon the tour comes to the end. From my side, I would like to thank you very much twice. Firstly, that you have chosen Egypt, to be your next destination.
Well, let's see. I just got to say, trying to think here of a Texas goodbye. Vaya con Dios.
Very nice.
Yes,
And Robert?
until we meet again. Say goodbye.
Some wise
to
words.
our new friend. Yeah, give him some wise
Vaya con Dios is a good word.
Thank you very much. Very nice.
They have a lot of little bumps. You can see all the bumps, the spots. The paint's knocked off.
Finishing this museum, after that we'll be going to get our lunch. This is again King of Belgium is following us.
Oh no. King of Belgium again. 2011.
إذا شبكة حق محمد أنا مش هعرف هنا عند باب الرجع 10 دقايق كده بتوصل تقريبا كده على واحدة وربع واحدة كده ماشي اتفضل لازم
Eating her noodle soup in Atlantis. Oh, she loves it.
Okay, let's go, please.
No, no.
all of your clothes. I mean that heavy clothes, your jackets, your jumpers, your pullovers, because it's going to be cold by night. Also there the well.
Something like 8 to 10 pounds for 1 liter.
It's a game of chicken every inch. He's in a wheelchair, I think. Yes, she is.
Money back because when he started to practice socialism, the Americans wanted the money back and he didn't want to give them the money back, and then he decided to build the fancy tower in front of the American embassy on the other side of the red line.
Oh. Where are we? Oh.
I don't know what the place is called.
Berlin. Last night.
Yummy.
What? Well, good.
Spuds are good.
Uh-huh.
Yallah.
Right. Oh. This one? All right. Hurry up.
Don't forget shutting the door.
Yes. What?
Oh, now the room's a mess.
Yes.
I can.
I don't.
Oh.
Last night. So there.
You accept everything and anything, and in cash money and credit cards. And if someone of you have not enough money with, and if you stay today in Aswan, please take what you want and you can pay later in the hotel or on the boat. Just leave us the room numbers, we collect them on the later, no problem.
What do you call those vehicles?
Tuk-tuk.
Yeah.
It's originally Indian invention, by the way. It's a way of transportation. It's also for two people, just like the taxi, but it goes for the very narrow streets. You know, it's very common in Egypt, by the way. This tuk-tuk, not that much in Cairo, by the way, especially in the big city like Cairo. It's not, but still, we still have people. I mean, that it's big difference between Christians or the Coptic Christians. They celebrate, you know, with the birth of Jesus Christ, you know, they have a certain kind of celebration in 7th of January. That's why, you know, all the churches, all of the monasteries in Cairo and Aswan and Luxor, they are very well guarded in our cruise ship. And I was also surprised. We can do it, you know, like just one time now. Okay. Yallah. hopefully.
الله يجمعه عشان وجه
Time like this, we're kind of being lucky with this kind of the breeze and wind. In the summertime, there's always some people ask me how long they. rest is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
What did he say?
ده بكام دي يا باشا؟ واحد دولار.
No, we're not going to get it. I'm going to have to wait 5 minutes for him to go and do my tea.
Yeah.
Watch out.
We don't know. We just hope and pray.
Are you gonna sit on top?
What's is clearer than the Brisbane River? You can see the fish. It's clearer than our river. In Brisbane, our river's brown.
Bye-bye. You're doing well. So far, you're doing well. Now how are you going to manage the traffic?
This is nicely done.
جايلك جايلك اهو. How much? سيبها بالكبار يا جندات. Thank you. Authentic Nubian music. No, you just won't find it. No, we know we're kidding. He was Nubian, wasn't he? Yeah, man.
Locally here by weavers in the village. So you can see at least 90% of the things that you see around you here is made locally here in the village, except you see the fans and the lights that are made in China. Also, we can see later on when you get you the free time to walk around and see the rooms. Inside the rooms, they see the roof, it's kind of a vaulted dome. Also the round domes with the windows, it would do an air ventilation to make the house nice and cool during the summer, nice and warm by winter time. In the village, on every Nubian village, you find people who speak a language that's different from Arabic. What we call it, a Nubian oral language.
Thank you.
Okay.
Why not? Why not?
توقف محركات الطائرة تماما عن الدوران وانتفاء إشارة ربط حزام المقعد. وبالإنابة عن شركة مصر للطيران إكسبروس، نشكركم على السفر معنا اليوم، كما نأمل أن نحظى بلقائكم على متن رحلاتنا المقبلة. شكرا وإلى اللقاء.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have just landed at Cairo International Airport. Temperature outside the cabin is reported to be 17 degrees. You are kindly requested to remain seated until the complete stop of the aircraft and fasten seatbelt signs then and all. On behalf of Egypt Air Express, we thank you for flying with us today.
Well, what's it taste like?
Divine. Don't let it go cold.
Right. Right, have a look.
Damit wir sind hier neu über eine Fluggastbrücke direkt mit dem Terminal verbunden. Daher können Sie nur den vorderen linken Ausgang zum Aussteigen benutzen. Vielen Dank. Ladies and gentlemen, we are connected with the airport directly to the terminal building. There they can use the infrared